Alright, 187, and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3, where we're going to kick off this episode very much where we left the last one in designing ourselves a brand new Battlecruiser. And I'd leave it a little bit open, and so I want to say thanks to SMC, to Topo Grigio, Jose Peterson, and Nepu for your comments via YouTube and Discords. Always interesting to hear people's design thoughts. And I will touch upon a couple of the things those guys suggested, and interestingly, as ever, people all suggest different things. Okay, so I came back to this, and this I think is where we're going to land with, and I'll talk through various kind of choices and decisions. I think I went through this. In terms of what I want out of this ship, obviously we want it to have some bigger guns, given our current main guns are 11 inches on our battleships. So we're going to use these quality 014s we've got. We wanted a bit of speed. So we're probably going to be hopefully able to engage at range against most things that are currently sailing. Against the new battleships and battlecruisers that come out, well, that's debatable. But we're kind of designing her against the ships that we know about at the minute. So a couple of things that were suggested. Firstly, it was a comment saying, well, we could switch to triples rather than 3 2s. We could have 2 3s. We do have a tech for it. You do have issues with triple turrets, especially early on, which can cause increased frequency of jams, etc., but it would certainly save a lot of weight. The one issue we have, and you can see if I can increase our A turret here to 3, is that we get this warning now, which is not one I'd ever seen in Rule of Waves 2. I think this is new to Rule of Waves 3. But it says, our hull is too narrow to be faster than 18 knots, and have triple turrets, and have torpedo protection more than one. Which means, yeah, so what it's saying, essentially your displacement can't fit all these things in, even if you could do it from maybe a weight perspective, it doesn't work from a space perspective. And even doing something like, okay, if we sacrifice ourselves down to 1, I don't think that solves it. It puts us up to 23 knots. There you go. So still doesn't let us get all the way up to the speed that we've got. And speed is important here. So that triple turret option wasn't really going to give us the answer that we need. The thing I do want to talk about here is speed, and it was correctly identified. Speed is a big weakness in our fleet at the minute, and it does limit our ability to really pick our engagements, and I wanted these battlecruisers to be fast. I really hope to get up to 26 knots. One, we can outpace, if ever so slightly, the 25 knotters that we know about today. Secondly, in case we get a nerf when they build them, and they end up being a knot slower. So then that would have given us a 25, a bit parity. And thirdly, again, when we start becoming obsolete and we drop a knot due to age, again, we could have kept our 25, which is kind of where I want them to go. However, it is costing us, in terms of weight, like 450 tons to go up that final knot. And would have to make some pretty big sacrifices to get us there. And evidently sacrifices I'm not willing to make. So we're going to stick with the 25 and a little bit of fingers crossing, hoping we don't get any flaws when she's built, and we can keep that 25 knot speed. So we kept that. The other one, which was an interesting suggestion, saying, well, if you're really pushed for weight, you could save some by scrapping your superimposed turret and sticking on a Q turret instead, which would indeed save most maybe 150 tons or so, which was a good one. But I think, again, this BC is probably potentially going to be chasing its prey down for a bit, so it's likely to be faced towards. So I think we get more value about having these 2 turrets at the front. So that's where I was keen to push to keep those. One of the other ideas I also did toy with was actually not building it ourselves. And specifically, I was looking at the likes of Great Britain, because not only do they have better weight, about 500 tons I can get there, they have director fire, which really enticed me. Interesting enough, they are 1 behind on torpedo defense, but I was really, really close to taking this because of direct fire. But unfortunately, our attention is sitting at 5, and I can't remember exactly what the trigger is for them stealing your ships, but it's not much higher than that. I can't remember if it's 6 or 7 or 8 off the top of my head. And I thought, I know we're at war and hopefully going to peace, but that was just too much of a risk to make it worthwhile going to Britain. So I thought we're just going to have to stick to the local yard. Yeah, and so there was other options. I suppose we could have gone for the likes of France, which would have given us a little bit more weight, but not really. They didn't have the better range finding, so I was less compelled to go abroad there. Austro-Hungary was just too much of a risk, even though there's no tension now. get the Med. Med always seems like a bit of a hot point. And Germany, I think again, well, a couple of 100 tons, but I don't know. I did kind of want to build them at home unless there was a really clear driver like director firing, or well, maybe not 500 tons, but director firing was definitely one that was like that could convince me to go overseas. But too risky. We're not going to do it. One of the areas I was slightly concerned about as well was our deck. So again, if I think about the design desire for these ships, trying to dictate the engagement range, use our larger caliber guns than most things out there. Again, have to see what happens when it actually built in 3 years' time. But yeah, dictate the range. Therefore, we can actually end up with a lot of deck hits. And I was concerned that 2 inches wasn't really enough, and I couldn't really make it work, again, without sacrificing a lot to get much heavier than that. However, what I found quite comfortable when I was looking around, if we go back to Britain, for example, who do have caliber 12 quality 0 guns, I didn't realize how poor the deck penetration was at this stage. So we were talking, yeah, essentially all of it. We have immunity against 12-inch guns, there you go, from 9,000 yards out. And always with a deck. So that actually made me think, well, this is pretty good. So all the ships again that are currently built, we shouldn't have a problem against the 12-inch guns. I need to remember to put that back on. Okay, and so that's where we end up. So we're going with we've got 6 14-inch caliber guns, central firing, so it's the best we've got. We do have 8 single turret, 6-inch secondaries, 4 on each side, and we do have a bunch of tertiaries we managed to get on, just which we'll probably either probably use for DP, or if we need to add some additional weight later. Armor, I think it's okay. It's not great, but you know, it's Battlecruiser. You've got to give up something. And 25 knots, I'm happy with. I think I'd like a little bit more, but this will do. I pulled the torpedoes off in the end. One, it does save a little bit of weight, and two, these ships shouldn't be close enough to anything to launch torpedoes. So I know it hummed and hawed last time, but I got rid of it. Cool, and that's what we know. Okay, and as for a name, so actually, I've had 2 suggestions for the same thing as the Asturias, and I was a little bit hesitant because we have the Princesa de Asturias, but I thought, do you know what? I've had 2 people ask for it, so let's just keep it. So we're going to build 2 of these, and we'll have the Asturias and Andalusia. And I like that because it kind of continues the geographical theme that we had with our battleships, all these being regions rather than cities. So that's where we're going to go. We'll lock this one in. So we do have a slight penalty in the rate of fire for our secondaries, but I'm okay with that. 4 months, and 4 million. Cheap at twice the price, or half the price, or whatever the saying goes. Last element I want to bring that, although it's too late now, we haven't quite locked in, but was the Almanac, which I did have a look at before we started, to show the Italian battlecruisers. Obviously, they are building another 3 at 25,000 tons, so they're doubling down on their battlecruiser fleet. Yeah, but obviously mainly 12-inch guns, and actually only 7 inches of belt for the Manuels. And here again, 12-inch guns, 6.5 inches of belt. So we definitely outclass the Italian battle cruisers that are currently built. We'll have to see what these ones look like when they rock out. I'm in America, again, who are currently fighting, I suppose. The Saratoga is much more belt, but down to 10-inch guns. So again, we'd happily take these things on, but as I say, 3 years is a long time. We'll have to see what is created by our friends, our enemies, in that time period. Okay, back to current day. We are... Oh yeah, because we're not actually building yet. We're just doing... I'll say we should be using a lot more of our capacity, but I've not started the build. I've just started a design study. We've got the last couple of our Navarra classes to rock out, and then that should free up enough money to fund 2 of these with a little bit extra, which we'd like to put into a new class of destroyers. But let's... or do I want to just design that and get them rocking and rolling now? Potentially. Why not? We'll start things off with a double build. Now we do have the build design. We do have the Alcedo classes, which aren't that old. I believe we can get bigger destroyers now. Yeah, 900 tons. And we would like lots of torpedoes. Let's just and see what's going on. So what we've put here. Have we got double torpedo mounts? We do. That's nice. What speed are you going to get? 31. It's probably faster than I need it to be, so I could potentially pare back a little bit of speed. because I probably would like another turret. Now, I suspect 5 centerline mounts on a destroyer is too many. And in fact, you don't like this. You think I'm overgunned at this weight, okay? That's happy enough. And do you know, I'm tempted to keep these guns because we do a lot more on AI control and we don't have manual torpedoes. There is more value in having guns in your destroyers. So they're a bit more balanced ships than the pure torpedo boats you tend to build if we are on entirely on captain's mode. Let's just, for argument's sake, stick in a Q here with 2 tubes, and fine, we'll just do. I know it's in the wrong place, but we. Oh, Q V. Why is that moving the same one? Right, anyway, it doesn't look right. There's one under this design here. I just want to see what it says in terms of centerline mounts. You're happy with 5 centerline mounts, even on destroyer. Okay, that's some pretty awesome news. PVQ, let's clear mounts. Yeah, we'll try and get. I know I shouldn't faff around too much with this. PVQ doubles. What's that look like? Oh, none of you are in the right place now. I mean, oh, just move in the middle, please. These guys are almost on top of each other, which I don't like. Alright, I'm gonna tell you what, I'll faff around a little bit of this, get it working without you guys having to watch me fail at computing. I worked out, I remembered, I forgot you have to right click and then click position mount before you move things around. Okay, there you go. There we have 5 torpedo mounts. They'll have, yeah, nice arcs. These good arcs, they're probably okay because we tend to charge in them in turn, so having them at the front's probably better than not. Plus a couple of 4-inch guns. Generally pretty happy with all this, to be perfectly honest. If we really wanted to, we could pull back a knot. Any other way we can get 9 tons? Probably not, because these are so small. We don't have torpedo reloads yet. We don't have any DC throwers. Do I want minesweeping gear? Meh. Got that on my corvettes. Okay, well, let's just say we're going with 30 knots. I like the medium. We could go up to. Can we get 31 knots in oil turbines? Wrong way. Oh, we can. We'll do that then. I need to double check where we get oil from, because that could be a problem if we end up without access to it. Okay, but we definitely have it, because I don't think you can build it if you don't have access to oil. I'm pretty happy with this as a pretty chunky fleet destroyer. Well, not fleet destroyer, but better destroyer than the ones we've currently got. Alright, panic double check and make sure I've not forgotten anything. Oh, we have class name. Do you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm not going to worry too much about naming my destroyer classes. Okay, yes, please do that. I'd like to build probably a dozen of those. Excellent. Alright, let's actually advance time and probably get ourselves into a fight. Another large fight. But this one is at least in our waters. We'll see how it goes. We are keeping our noses in front in terms of the war score. Again, I'm waiting for the invasion of Hainin to really upset me. And we probably will push for a peace deal before then. So we've got our newest heavy cruiser, the Lorca, last of its class, unfortunately. And then we've got 2 of our slightly older ones, the Asturias and the Catalunya. Let's not have you in screen, though. Although, I think we'll bump into something pretty soon. So let's go just straight into line ahead so you are available. Combat, have immediate control. Let's bring you, let's just do 15. We'll do a max -4 at the minute, I think. Until we get contact, and then we'll work ourselves up. And I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 destroyers, which is, that's pretty good actually. Oh, and some transports. Just to check if there's any other forces kicking around. No. Oh, hang on, no. Installation, patrol boat. Okay. Not really. And presumably this is what they're going after? Or potentially that one? Not sure actually. They'll have a target on the coast somewhere. Right. Check time of day. 9 hours. Plenty of time. Let us go and see if we can find ourselves some Italians. Of course, sometimes we just decide not to play and run away. Oh, okay. This might be a bit of a damp squib. Aha! Or not. Means my Mallorca is in the wrong place. Right, we have an unidentified ship. Let's keep at the 15, keep them in just the edge of visual range. We get eyes on exactly what these may be. We think it's a heavy cruiser, okay. Our danger here is if they've brought a battle cruiser to the fight. Let's get the Mallorca to kick up a little more steam. Oh, I didn't do max -4, I did max -6. There we go, that's max -4. Okay, let's keep them interested, but I want to keep them at a distance. Yes, you are what I might be worried about. If it's just another heavy cruiser, I'm okay with that. We've got the Montebello, which has got... what have you got? Okay, so those are 9-inch guns. These must be 7s, but for some reason it says you have 14 of them. Okay, it's just an odd graphical thing there. Chunky. That's... Alright, what was your armor actually? I think you would be a bit of a challenge, 5-inch belt. Yeah, I think you are... Okay, not quite as well armed, but you're... Oh, actually equal armoured. These... Okay, so Proto on the Mallorca, I think, would do good things against the Montebello. But what is this? Okay, we'll pull them in as we bring our other ship to bear. We think that's a battle cruiser. Yeah, this is where the challenge is going to be. And given they are pacey, we may also struggle with getting our destroyers in position. Is that really 2 battle cruisers? I mean, it might just be 2 heavy cruisers. Keep them at a distance. We've got our Mallorca coming down kind of behind. No, it is Vittorio Emanuele. Ooh. And they have opened their account quite angrily by plunging a fairly massive shell through the Catalonian here. Yeah, we're already flooding. You are... that's frustrating. First salvo crashes through my deck. What I need to do is, yeah, so this is going to have to be torpedoes to get the job done. There's 2 of them as well. This is a tough fight. I had a comment from, who was it? Topo Grigio, who was commenting, I need to make better use of my smoke screens for after my torpedo runs, which is a very fair point, something I've been neglecting. Right, let's get you up to your battle speed. Oh, that is now your battle speed, now you've taken a hit. Going up to... No, I'll keep your max -2. I don't want to tie you just yet. Let's maybe put some smoke up already. I don't know why they have an AMC, but okay. I'd like more destroyers in before we make this, so I might have to just do a little bit of a... Oh man, you are in a bad way. Oh, it's one of the new ones, the Francesco Cariacola. Okay, so both of you guys have taken some hits. We can get you into port easy enough. But I'm not too worried about losing ships, but we may lose the fight. Hang on. Okay, they are turning away now. Which is good. Mallorca in behind the Montebello. I think we're just going to pull these guys away. I'm not going to worry too much about a stern chase. We'll save you for another fight. Unfortunately, they're still obviously within range for putting large shells into the Asturias and the Aragon here, which is okay. Listen, we're heading towards port. We're not too far away. I think they're going to be okay, even if he takes some damage. And we're slowly catching up with our trailing forces here. Okay. Another punishing hit on Mysterious. Yeah, we're going to have to send these destroyers back in. And those guys essentially are going to have to go straight into port and probably not take part in the fight. No flooding at least, but yeah, some pretty significant damage. You're not really coming in the greatest angle here. But we'll see, we might be able to make them turn regardless. No, I'm worried about these guys getting chewed up by secondaries before they really get into position to launch their... yeah, there goes the first one. Torpedoes. You don't really want to be chasing him behind. Alright, let's pull off. You can't. I'm not sure what this one's doing. Again, we are just in the wrong place though. What we could do though is try and get ourselves a Montebello. That's fine. Which would be a fine prize. Okay. This seems pretty good. That looks very nice. Good torpedo spread there. One. Just one. Just one. Okay. It's a start. She's going to be unhappy with that. We have some more coming in behind. How are you guys doing for just now? Still okay. I kind of want you just to hang about here and draw fire for a little bit. Not yet. Which is something I hope I don't regret. I would like to try and come down the other side of with our destroyers here. Let's get rid of a bit all over the place though. Velasco, you still have? No, you don't. Malia's the only one with torpedoes left. Okay, are you gonna launch? Oh, Velasco doesn't have it because she was hitting them into the Montebello. Okay. You guys continue to bumble along, that's okay. Just check where your torpedoes are. You've got starboard swivel and a sentiment. You should have plenty, you should still be able to put another torpedo into her. Feeling that she's taken two, she's now going to start taking, don't want to get too close to Mallorca here, damage from hopefully from Mallorca as well. Looks like her rudder's gone. Oh, and she's dead in the water. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, we're going to get these fine destroyers to hold their torpedo fire. I don't want them wasting it on the Montebello. You can probably use it. You're pretty much out. We'll have ourselves sail down and south and then back up north. 5 hours till dusk. That might be our next chance here, is to really have a go at these battle cruisers come dusk. Okay. He's on fire. We need to keep checking back in here because these guys are taking absolute punishment. Still 28 damage, that's okay. Fire seems to have been put out actually. And they've sailed off into the sunset. I don't know where they're going. They're making a turn now. Heading north, okay. Which will give us an opportunity if our destroyers catch up with us again. Yeah, okay, we'll pick up survivors because we're nice like that. You guys come back this way. Oh, That was a very mistimed spacebar. They just re-asked us if we wanted the heavy cruisers into port, and they did. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I would have liked them to stick around for another, well, 4.5 hours really, but I'm not sure we would have managed that. Alright, let's get you ready to go. Let's get you ready to go. And we will attempt to take down the Italian Battlecruiser using the Majorca as a prize here. Because these gentlemen have limited space to run. Although we can also maybe just kind of shepherd them around a little bit. Waiting for... yeah, that's fine. We will pick up the Italians as well. Waiting for dusk. Dusk, I think, might be too far away to really save us. We'll shepherd them towards the land. Keep a couple of these destroyers close by. We'll keep these ones close, furthest forward. And I'll happily use them as a bit of, well, a bit of gunfire bait, to be perfectly honest. Right, you guys need to go essentially due west. We're going to cut them off. You might get them to turn north again. Or you might just get sunk. We need to raise smoke again, just to minimize the hits that are coming in. If we can. And get these guys hopefully in behind. Okay, they're doing what they should be doing. Well, no, doing what they want to be doing against the decoy destroyers. I should have probably taken a smaller group and banked on them being turned. Although they don't seem convinced. Let's have you go due north. We'll have you go west. We'll try and pincer them. Melilla does still have 2 torpedoes, so can still do a job for us here. Okay, this is going relatively well in terms of closing the distance without too much death. Okay. I think you guys are going to raise smoke for me. I'm going to get you guys to raise smoke for me. Yeah, sure. She got hit. Hit again. Got torpedo away. Good job. Oh, but then she goes down. Alright, we'll have you hook in like that. You want maybe more due west to catch them at the front. Oh, 2 torpedoes away there. That one looks pretty good. Alright. Fingers crossed. Yes! Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. You guys have now gone a little bit too far. Oh, she's paying for it badly. Where's them? Oh, you've gone too far north, Majorca. Come back down. Maybe I'll get you guys to target Vittorio Emanuele since you're here. And you guys can come in and try and attempt to put another one in the Francesco Carriacciolo. Oh, there's one away. Which looks okay. Nah, missed. Okay, fine. CO2 is being somewhat made to pay. Okay, this looks not bad if we can get our turn off. Oh, the Cadorsa's getting pretty badly beat here. Keep going. Oh, 2 torpedoes away. Torpedo's going down. Ah, oh, she's sinking. This one looks good though. You're going to presumably split off. Oh, you hit the one at the back. Okay. Oh, and Teruel's going down. I think that's us expended essentially everyone. Well, no, at least we have a bunch of torpedoes left. Okay. Well, you know what that means. So we've had 1 torpedo in each of them. And you didn't even launch any torpedoes. Disappointing. But these are 20,000 tons. I'm not sure 1 torpedo is going to be enough. And it's quite an expensive destroyer as we've expended here. Let's get you down a little bit, try and save your stokers. I need to watch, because if Majorca starts taking too much damage here, it's going to cause us some problems. I do want to keep these ships moving. Right, we need to get in front. We'll make one last attempt to put another torpedo in something. Oh, hit's going out, that's good. Who's laying smoke? Velasco. Don't worry about that. Apparently you're not sunk. You can get 4 knots, get yourself back to Catania. We'll see if you can make it out of here. Who or what are you? Oh. Okay. Not sure how I missed your existence, but fine. Those things look like they're going slowly. This is good. Let's not get too close. They still have punishing sized guns on them. The Tripoli is a danger though to our destroyers. Maybe we can give them a little bit of an escort in. Odads. We'll push you a bit further north, so in case we decide to try and make a turn, we've got an option. Hits are not really going anywhere for anyone. Oh, they're making the turn early-ish. Unfortunately, they're managing tower destroyers, which is not really what we want. Let's get the smoke back up. Let's get squad max. Let's close in. Majorca taking a couple of chunky hits there. 12% damage already. No flooding, which is good. But we are going to have to watch ourselves here. We don't want to lose the Majorca. Okay, add those signals misunderstood. That's somewhat disappointing. Just pick, you are free on torpedoes. This is good. You've got several between you. Oh, I just lost my screen there. That's back. Good. I'm just going to check the recording. Okay, that's fine. I just had a bit of power outage on one of my screens. It's an old beast. I record roll waves on my older screen because it's 1080 rather than 2K. I think everything gets a little bit small if you start doing roll waves in 2K, especially when you try and then put it in a video. Okay. Hits on destroyers. You're need to be pushing in here. Squad max. You guys are going to run the gauntlet now. I'm not sure I agree with that. Torpedo, that looks like it's a light cruiser. Stop. Oh, you guys are killing me. Right, you definitely at least have one center line left. You do one center line and you've got one port, okay. What I should do is give you a target here. Please go after, yeah, that one, that seems good. Oh, hello, that looks really good actually. Went straight through it. It's maybe another evening of frustration. And loss. No. Oh, she's a bit shaky. I need to turn and get something off. No. Ah. Yes, you did. Oh. Excellent, excellent. Brave, bold captain. Okay, so that's 2 torpedoes in the Vittorio Emanuele, assuming the reports are true. How long have we got? An hour and a half. Okay, now we need to watch out for, yeah, Majorca here, not getting annihilated by the remaining guns. It's okay at the minute, no flooding. We can still kind of hang around. Oh, you're even launching torpedoes. I like it. Well, and you're my flagship, so maybe I can lean on my rules here to manually launch your other remaining submerged torpedo. Well, let's do that. Do you have a solution on... Oh, it's over here. That's why I couldn't see it. On the Vittorio Emanuele. Low. Let's see if we can get in a little bit and get a high solution. May struggle with our tech. That looks pretty good. Go for it. Okay. And then perhaps we should run away. Oh, somewhere in that smoke. Ah, it didn't happen. Okay, let's run away a little bit. Increase the gap. We're still managing to land occasional hits. Good if we can keep prepping them, but again, it won't take many of their chunky shells to cause us problems. We've barely extended. Bit of flooding, so manageable. We are a little bit far from port, so maybe we don't want to go through the pass-through hull hit. Oh my word! Still a flooding of one. Yeah, let's push the gap open. Oh, it's just a triply hitting us. That's not so bad. That. Oh, it's an Italian one. Okay. Now here, what I really want to do is just keep the battle going for as long as I can. Ideally, without much else happening. Just so they get maximum flooding. Try and push them so we keep your speed up. We know obviously can increase flooding as well. Yeah, this should help me. Hey, it looks like our little destroyer is going to make it. And she's still chugging along nicely. What are we reporting damage-wise? Heavy damage. I mean, what, 2 torpedoes? Do we have any more? Yes. Oh, do I dare it? Risk it? Perhaps. Perhaps. That's okay, they're light hits. Are we going to make the... I need to make the... I don't know if I do need to make the observation before I can launch a torpedo. Just watch out, because they may have their own tubes. If we were to... That's the wrong screen. This is the one I want. Fire a torpedo at this. Question 1 out of arc. Okay. Okay, we're lighting this thing up, but... Yeah, big heavy hit there. Structure's okay for just now. Oh, no it's not. Flooding of 1. Oh. Right, have we got any, even just a low would be nice. Nope. Don't think we can. No. This is poor decisions. Let's get out of here. We're gonna bump into them again. Oh, I didn't think quite like that though. Might go for a shot in the dark. Didn't work, but that's okay. Right, you stay out of the way. I don't want you to be torpedoed. Some interesting behaviour. I'm okay at this range because he can't torpedo us when we're sailing along in front of him. If we can kill a destroyer, I'll take it. Okay. Well, looks like we probably survived. Alright, nothing left to do, I think, other than just sail around and make sure the battle engagement lasts. I will probably put a cut in as I sail about in front of my own port. Maybe I'll see you at the end of it. Alright, there we have it. Ah, oh, come on! What is with these Italian ships that never sink? Ah, okay, we got the one heavy cruiser, which was good. That was a good outcome, but we spent... What did we spend? Was it all 8 of our destroyers? No, we may have lost one. No, we lost one against them. So 7 destroyers to put torpedoes in these things. To no avail. I find this very, very frustrating. No, I refuse to admit that. What? AI, man, come on. Okay, you shrugged off torpedo. You probably have torpedo protection of some description. I suspect the Vittorio Emanuele does not. I cannot believe you survived. That would have been such a coup. Alright. But yeah, we happily got a Montebello, which is 1904. Well, 6 years old? 8 years old, something like that? Not too bad. Okay. We definitely won. Could be more. Again, we're starting to run out of destroyers, but we're going to build some more, so we'll get there. Okay, Italy's dominating. Fine. Get some more corvettes. Revolutionary to Italy. And our unrest is fine. So, go for it. Better munitions, weight savings, a little bit of raiding, but again, we think we're okay. Let's just build you. Can I afford 12? Nowhere close. Well, I can, but then I'm going to be severely in the red for the battlecruisers, I think. We'll make it work. We've got another 2 million coming there. It's only for 12 months. Maybe? We'll see. Okay, a battleship engagement. We may... Yeah, we're going to have to kick this one to the next one. We'll accept. It's our waters again. You know, we're just trying to keep our nose in front. We have almost no support. If it was just battleships, it might be okay. I don't really want to fight their battlecruisers. I think it's just going to be a bit of a fighting withdrawal towards Barcelona, or maybe just a fight south to Palma. But that's a decision. I'll wait till next time. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I thought it was good battlecruiser design we've got. I'm quite excited to get to that if we ever manage to get 3 years in the future. Eternally frustrated by an ability to claim Italian capital ships. Those Italians, those battlecruisers, they just seem to survive. But on the plus side, all we lost was destroyers, which is generally a reasonable win. Yeah, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheerio.